run for the Bulldogs. Stockton's got their last 8, and that's a travel. Momentum on the side of Gonzaga. Could be a classic here tonight. These two teams have played a classic in the recent past. We'll remember that one right after this. Gonzaga's on a run here at home. They've cut the lead down to 62-56. So a real entertaining game here. A long way to go before it matches one matchup between these two programs in Maui in 2005. Maybe the greatest game in the history of the Maui Invitational. Adam Morrison set a tournament record. He had 43 for Gonzaga, a game that ultimately went to triple overtime. Gonzaga won 109-106. They would lose to Connecticut in the final the next day, but it was an unforgettable game. The star of that game earlier today, Dan, was just across the street in old Martin Gym, getting a little workout in.
Yeah, they said he's waiting on a call, see if or where he ends up. Had a good half a year in Serbia, played very well. They think he's found his confidence, waiting on an NBA call.
I would imagine he's watching his Bulldogs, who have gone on a run here. A chance to cut into the lead even further. Harris posting up against Draymond Green. Good defense by Green, though. Bell to Sacre. 13 to shoot. Sacre had it stripped away, stolen by Michigan State.
Well, it was a disjointed possession. Sacre never looked at the rim, and once Michigan State saw he was in trouble, converged on him and stripped the basketball.
18th turnover for the Bulldogs. Appling finds Green. His three. What a night for Draymond Green.
Harris, for some reason, just sank into the middle of the lane, leaving Green.
Now Stockton comes up short. Harris saves it to Pangos. His three. The answer. Stockton almost stole it away from Appling. Now a timeout, Michigan State. Tom Izzo didn't like the way that possession started. Back-to-back threes, Dan.
You've got to know who the guy is in the game, and Draymond Green is the guy, whether it's passing, shooting, but right back at you. A scrum underneath the basket, kicked out to Pangos, and Pangos gets one to go. This game is going to come down to the more disciplined team here. Michigan State has to be aware of shooters now. Pangos just hit one. You can't let a guy that's made 9 threes in a game beat you here at the end, so maybe you stay home with him when the ball goes onto the block. And for Gonzaga, they can't commit silly fouls out on the perimeter late clock as Michigan State's hanging onto the ball, running their high ball screen action. Both are a form of discipline in basketball.
Well, you see the record for the Bulldogs all time in the McCarthy Athletic Center, 92-6. It takes a performance like Draymond Green is having. Not just the 31 points, Dan. He has made his last 10 shots from the field. A career night for Draymond Green. He and the Spartans have the ball out of the timeout now. 17 seconds to shoot. Bulldogs need a stop.
Good move. Going to the zone has Michigan State a little bit uneasy.
Appling baseline, a foul against Sacre.
And that's what I was talking about. Late clock, Michigan State's going to drive the basketball. You have to be disciplined enough not to foul and make guys make plays.
So a silly foul for Sacre, his 4th of the game. Brings Appling to the line for the 1-and-1 free throws. Both teams in the bonus. You can see below the score. A quiet game for Appling. Not quite in here until that free throw. Both teams with a couple of timeouts. Arrow favors the Bulldogs and Mark Few. But the score favors Tom Izzo and Michigan State. Appling will try to make it an 8-point lead.
The only criticism I would say of the place is the people behind the basket. Some of them are sitting down in crunch time. They got to get up, wave, do something.
Harris on the low block against Green. No good. Rebound Knicks. More good defense from Draymond Green.
It was terrific defense. He just moved his feet and made Harris shoot over.
He has done it all tonight. Elias Harris is 2 for 11 from the field. Under 2 minutes to play. Green gets the catch. Trice against the big guy Sacre. Now the mismatch down low, and Pangos had to commit the foul.
Veteran play by Travis Trice and Draymond Green. Trice, when he got the ball back, recognized because Green told him that Sacre was on. Green yelled at him to look on the post where Knicks had a mismatch. This is as impressive a leadership game as I have seen in 2 years of broadcasting these games by Draymond Green.
He has done everything for the Spartans. Knicks misses the free throw. And now the Bulldogs are really going to have to hurry. Just 1:39 to go. Down by 8, and it could be 9 after this free throw from Derek Nix, who I think, despite the modest numbers, has played well in this game.
He's played very well. This will be 2 straight games. He's played very well for the Spartans.
Missed them both, though. And a sliver of hope for the Bulldogs. Stockton all the way against contact, followed by Sacre. Two-possession game. Final minute, 15. And another timeout for Tom Izzo. So the Spartans will get organized. Gives us a chance to remind you, coming up Tuesday, ESPN college basketball action. First in the women's game, Tennessee and Rutgers at 7 Eastern. Then Central Michigan and Minnesota at 9 Eastern Tuesday on ESPN. Well, both sides huddling up here, Dan, and for Michigan State, clearly the advantageous position here. Up 6 with the ball, 1:11 to go.
Michigan State with 19 seconds. They'll hang on to it, run a high ball screen look if they don't get something out of a back cut early in the possession. But late in the clock here, they'll go to high ball screen. Then, if you get the stop and you're Gonzaga, you don't need to jack up a 3. You need to take the ball, do exactly what Stockton did the previous possession. Take the ball at the rim. If a penetrating pitch comes about for a 3, great. If not, go to the rim, create for others, or force help where you can offensive rebound. But this will be a high ball screen late clock for Michigan State.
The man of the night, Draymond Green, is the inbounder here. Throws it into the backcourt. That helps the Spartans take some more clock off. Appling all alone up top. And a foul against Stockton. Could have been a travel. They call the block.
Well, they felt good, Michigan State did, about Appling taking Stockton. So instead of bringing a ball screener up, they just cleared it, went 1-4 flat. I think that's a bad call. I think that Stockton had moved, squared his shoulders, put himself in a position to be ran over by the offensive player Appling.
Double bonus for Appling, makes the first. Big free throw. Now a 7-point lead. I think Appling thought he had traveled. I think he was surprised to see the call.
And I think he's right. I think he did travel and foul, but yet he's at the line.
One more for the sophomore Appling.
Now here, if you're Gonzaga, this ball has to be pushed up as fast as you can push it up. Spread your shooters out and go at the rim with a high ball screen.
Pangos, one of those shooters. Here's Elias Harris. Harris, another missed shot, but a foul called, and it's going to go against Draymond Green.
Well, you have to get points every possession. You just do. And then you pick up full court. You create a trap situation. Maybe you get a steal, miss free throw. You just keep getting points. Take a quick 3, miss. Game's over.
Well, they need these. Harris makes the first. 7-point lead, Michigan State. When we're finished here, the ESPN Films has the Marinovich project. That'll follow us from Spokane. One more for Elias Harris. Very tough night for the junior. Makes both that time. Back to a 6-point edge. Michigan State. There is a difference between game clock and shot clock, but Dan, do the Bulldogs need to start fouling?
Yeah, absolutely. You try to get a trap, steal the pass out of the trap. If not, you go foul.
Appling.
This is the pass you try to steal.
Out of bounds. And that was off of Gonzaga, apparently. It could have been a turnover. Spartans keep it. More pressure from Gonzaga. Trice catches. Here's the trap. Hart goes in to rip it away, but they call the foul.
That's a bad call. Oh, he called it on number 4. He called it on Pangos. Our angle, we have perfect angle on it. Hart stole the ball. Pangos going to come in from the backside here, but Hart steals it right there. Hart has the ball. And the foul is called not on number 30, but on number 4, right there.
Well, even that, you can make an argument that the ball was just ripped away. No foul. Another missed free throw, though, for Michigan State.
Same thing here. Right now, you're talking about a 6-point deficit, possibly a 7-point deficit. Get something, spread them out, go at the rim, drop it off, kick it out, go all the way to the basket.
Missed them both. Rebound Gonzaga. Bulldogs have to hurry here.
Too many
Final
guys in
40 seconds. Pangos still just dribbling. He stepped out of bounds.
No spacing to start the possession. 4 guys, 3 guys for Gonzaga were all convened in the same spot. They didn't run their lanes. Pangos got jammed up. You see right there, he steps out of bounds.
Now, you had to come away with points there. Gonzaga did. Now they'll set up the same pressure.
Now you just have to foul.
Appling, nobody is fouling him until Hart rides him with the body. Hart's complaining, but you can't let any more time tick away.
They had time. Difference between the setup there for Gonzaga, guarding their man, and leaving Appling open, was Gonzaga didn't have a Draymond Green. When the ball was dead, nobody on Gonzaga was communicating who was guarding who. Nobody picked up Appling, who's the guy you'd have to pick up. He's the point guard. Time ran off.
He's been the most steady free throw shooter. First of 2. Back to a 7-point advantage, Michigan State. Trying to get just the 7th win by any team in this building since it opened. Gonzaga's 92-6 all time here. Appling second, no good. Now some missed free throws, keeping hope alive for the Bulldogs. Out of bounds off of Gonzaga.
We've been talking about it all game. The ball handlers for Gonzaga passing by raising up. Their Bell, uncomfortable bringing the ball down the floor, went to make a simple wing pass, and instead of sitting down making the pass, he raised up. And he threw it where hands were. So it deflects off a Michigan State player, hits a Gonzaga player.
Stockton goes for the steal. Now Green up the court. Precious seconds ticking away. Trice gets fouled. Down to 21.2 left. And now Michigan State, all they have to do is take care of things at the line, not commit some silly plays, and the Spartans are going to get a win.
You guys, a 3-point line. Michigan State needs to make sure. 21 seconds. I'm sure at some point in Tom Izzo's career, somebody's ran off about 9 points in 21 seconds, and that sticks with you your entire coaching career. So you spread guys out, go to the rim fine, lay it in fine, but you're not getting a 3 here.
He didn't look that relaxed there.
No, because it's happened to him, I promise you, somewhere along the line.